Welcome to DPSI podcast. My name is Oyewa from AS Level.
And I am Anukriti Srivastava, also from AS Level. Our topic for today's podcast is students' mental health. And joining us today will be our school's counselors, Mr. Quist
and Mrs. Osabuti. They will be answering a few questions many students have concerning their mental health.
Okay, so now we have with us our school's academic counselor, Mr. Quist.
Hello.
And Mr. Quist, I have a set of 3 questions for you to answer for the students who might be struggling with mental health issues. So the first question has to do with balancing between schoolwork and extracurriculars without getting overwhelmed.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the question. This is a lifelong question. It is permanent in every society, especially in our schools. So one thing that I would advise you to do as students is to know how to juggle the two. First of all, you need to look at your time management skills. There's enough time for you to do everything. However, because most of the students misplace priorities, so they do not know how to juggle the two. The most important thing, the main reason why you are here is to study. Get that at the back of your mind. And then make sure that you have calculated every time, every subject in every period very, very well. Why are extracurricular activities important anyway? It's for the school to actually develop a holistic student, not just study, but then how are you able to combine schoolwork and other activities? Now, most of the universities around the world are looking for such students, not just students who are A-star students, but students who can also combine extracurricular activities. Not just now, it's no longer activities, but it's projects. So that is what DPS is all about, is to create a holistic student that not just is excellent in academic work, but also academic activities and extracurricular activities. And extracurricular activities doesn't only mean sports, right? It involves excursion, it involves projects, it involves internships and stuff.
Right.
So that is what we do. So at the end of their stay in DPS, we have created a whole student that is very versatile and ready for the job market.
Wow, okay. So manage your time and manage your life. Okay, question number 2. How can a student manage constant pressure that their parents or teachers might give them to always achieve high scores?
Good question. Number one, the negative word there is pressure.
Right.
Students should never be put under pressure. They should enjoy the education process with joy. A student thrives very well when they are happy and enjoying the education. The moment you put them under pressure, then that's negative. First of all, teachers should never put their students under pressure. It is not their responsibility. Their responsibility is to teach, to deliver content. Number 2, parents, I know you're paying a lot of money to let your student be in a big school like DPS. However, you putting them under so much pressure to achieve higher or better grades is counterproductive. I always say that let your child perform at their own level. Let them perform at their own level. So students, what you need to do, first of all, I think you should sit down with your parents and let them understand that this is what you are going through. The constant pressure is actually not helping, and then we will discuss it. And on the other hand, if it's not working, we arrange a meeting with your parents and sit down with your teacher and paint a very realistic picture of exactly what is going on. Students should never be put under pressure. On the other hand, they thrive better if they are not under pressure. So do not put them under pressure.
Wow, okay. Thank
All right?
you.
You're welcome.
The last question. How does a student avoid burnout? With everything going on, their heads are always preoccupied with stuff about school, about their life at home, and everything I think causes a lot of burden on a student. So what's your advice about that?
That's right. That's a multi-billion-dollar question. Burnout. A lot of students these days are overwhelmed because of the volume of work they've got.
Right.
They have distractions, attractions, demands coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
Teachers, you have maybe about nine teachers or 8 teachers demanding their assignments, and you have all these extracurricular activities, and your parents are demanding from you to do so many things.
Yeah.
So what you need to do, first thing, is to set your priorities right.
Okay.
To avoid burnout, set your priorities right, know what you want to do, and then work according to it. Sit down with your teacher and sit down with your parents. Let them know that, parent, I am doing my best. This is what I can do. Now, I teach time management, and I try to let my students know that you need to set your time very, very well. If you are able to schedule your time, I make my students create 2 timetables. One is for school and the other one for the home.
Okay.
When you must be able to differentiate and isolate the time, your chores at home and activities at home, and then your activities at school. If you are able to do that, I don't think you will burn out. It's just a matter of setting your priorities right. And then treat yourselves. You don't have to go on with sleepless nights or have fun. Watch the TV, watch your YouTube, get your appliance. And then I always tell my parents, don't take away the device from the children. Let them use the devices, but we can work around the devices to let them perform better. So to avoid burning out, we need to discuss it. You need to get an expert and speak to the expert what is going on, then they will discuss it. And then parents should also understand, and teachers should also understand, even faculty should also understand. So collaboratively, we will be able to help the students manipulate or work around burning out. And then, like I said, take a break, treat yourself, enjoy education, and then you'll be fine.
Okay, wow, thank you so much. I think that was explained in the best way possible. So thank you so much, Mr.
My pleasure.
Quist.
My pleasure.
Now, here with me is our psychological counselor, Mrs. Asabuti. Hello, Mrs. Asabuti.
Hello.
So our first question is, what can we as students do to control our test or exam anxiety?
Okay. So usually anxiety has to do with fear. And you become fearful because probably you are not prepared for. And your mind tells you to just be afraid of whatever you find yourself. So in the first place, as soon as you come to school, the reopening, you should know that you need to prepare towards your test. It means you need to be focused in your schoolwork, ensure that you get all the information intact before the day of examination.
Okay.
Oftentimes, you should understand that teachers are not out there to fail you. They ask you questions based upon the things you have learned.
Right.
So you fail because you don't prepare towards your own examination.
Okay.
So just be focused as soon as school reopens, and then get yourself ready for examination. During the exams time, you need to learn to relax. When you look at the word relax, R stands for the fact that you need to read the question and understand whatever question has been asked, and then reread and ensure that you really, really understand what you are going to work on.
Okay.
Then E, you need to examine each and every answer choice that you have been given. Once you get that done, then you look at it and get proof in the question that have been asked. That is the L. You look at the proof in the passage, okay, or the question that have been asked. After that, you look at A. You always check your work before you give it to the examiner. And then X, you X out answers that are wrong.
Okay.
So during examination period, just make sure you relax. Once you relax, whatever you have learned previously will just come back to you, and you are good to go. Examination is just one of the things to check whether you have understood whatever concept was taught during the term.
All right. Thank you, Mary Ma'am.
Yeah.
So all we need to do to combat anxiety is to use the acronym RELAX. Now for our second question. What can we as students do to manage the constant pressure that our parents and our teachers give us to always achieve high scores?
All right. So, parents are investing in your life, academic life. Definitely, they expect some returns. When they are not seeing any returns, they would give you pressure because they want their world to do well. Secondly, teachers are also giving you pressure because their performance is based upon your doing well in school. So there will be pressure from all angles. But you need to give yourself pressure. You need to take pressure from yourself. What is the reason for which you are in this school? Is it to make friends or to learn and pass well? Once you know your goal and the reason why you are in this school, then you develop a workable goal for yourself. Develop a SMART goal. SMART. SMART simply means that your goal has to be specific, measurable, it has to be attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Once you have this goal in set, you just need to be focused on what you want to do and you achieve it. That way, there wouldn't be any pressure at all from any angle because you are set for a purpose.
Right. Thank you very much. That was so insightful. Now for our last and final question. Many of us tend to have schedules when we get home, steady schedules, but then we lack the discipline to follow them. So what can we do to build our self-confidence and to maintain this discipline?
Okay, so basically the same SMART goal we set for ourselves earlier on, it needs to be in place because you want to achieve something, and with that goal in mind, you don't have to play at all. You need to be disciplined. Discipline means that you need to have a daily activity, daily routine to follow. Once this is being done, it will go a long way to make you successful even in your academic. Challenge yourself to do better than you are doing now. Don't compete yourself with any other person. Just compete with your own self. Last time you did well. This time you should definitely do better than you did. This way you'll be more disciplined in all that. Also know that apart from successes, that sometimes there are some failures. If you should fail, it just means that you didn't get the concept well. Discipline yourself, reread it, relearn whatever you didn't get initially. Then you become better. Just ensure that you sit yourself down to learn. Nobody can make you sit down apart from your own self. Even when your parents ask you to sit down, if you want to watch television, you watch television. The important thing is you yourself should be ready to sit down and discipline yourself to be able to learn and to pass. It means that you need to motivate yourself. It means that you need to encourage yourself. You need to love yourself. Be kind to yourself. When you need to sleep, make sure you are sleeping. You need to take good care of yourself. Probably you need to reward yourself for even the little successes you also make. This will go a long way to boost your confidence. Once you are doing well in your academic, your confidence will also rise in other areas as well.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So all you need to do for anxiety is to relax. For stress management, you need to make smart decisions. And then for self-confidence, don't forget to give yourself a little reward throughout your journey. Thank you.
Thank you too.
We really hope all of these insightful comments on each of the questions related to mental health issues help all the students out there who are struggling with mental health.
To combat mental health issues, DPSI has a counseling department, so we encourage all DPSI students out there to visit them anytime to address any mental health problems you have.